Hello my friends and welcome to another First Impressions video. This is a game that's been mentioned a few times to me, but I finally have the opportunity to play it. It's obviously Christmas has just finished, New Year's is days away, and there is a quiet period where I can just sit down and play some games. So let's play. Interestingly, there's a continue button here, even though I've never played before. Okay, good. Well, that's interesting. Right, this is the first campaign, I guess. Victory in the West. The options are on the right-hand side here, which is kind of unusual. So my camera is over the top of them, but anyway. And so the long march to Berlin begins. This 1943 to 45 campaign. Okay. Oh, come on. I can't have space in my save game name. Alright, let's go. The music is quite relaxed compared to Panzer Corps 2. The Eastern Front stabilizes. The final battles in North Africa begin. What is with the typewriter tings? I suppose typewriter is era appropriate. Okay. I have 100 prestige. Remember to set aside prestige for reinforcements if you think they will be needed. Add one truck to supply network or enable motor pool for every unit of HQ in the entire scenario. Add one use per turn to air attack theater asset. 40 prestige to buy, recoup value is 20. Okay. Okay, so you can buy things here as well. And it looks like some stuff is unlocked. Upgrades are persistent for the remainder of the campaign. Well, one thing is, this is definitely feeling like being plunged into the deep end, for sure. That's okay. There's a lot of logistical stuff here that's... I have no idea what to buy. It's not really that obvious to me. What is worth purchasing? Do you know what? I'll buy that entrenchment ability. That sounds interesting. End conference. I guess that these cards don't stick around forever. I guess you can only sell it once you've already bought it, as it were. Okay, US forces have been halted near El Guitar and Nasi. British 8th have broken through the Marith defensive line. 6 turns. What's interesting to me is that none of this so far has sort of mentioned anything to do with units. I mean, normally pre-planning is all about army composition. Okay. Okay, so those are the HQs. So this is deployment phase. How many scenarios remain to be played with this unit in the campaign? This assumes the player selects historical track or continued operations at future conferences. Huh. So it tells you how long a unit is going to remain in your core for. Huh, that's interesting. Okay. Enemy supply. It's a lot of detail to the game, for sure. Okay, so it's just various informational views. Take by turn 2, take by turn 2. Interesting. I'm not really sure what this toggle does, except that I guess it's showing me the other units that are embedded in the tank unit. Okay, it's bridge repair stuff. Okay, well I'm not really sure how you deploy units here. Check if you've got all the paid reinforcements you need before ending battle preparation. Paid reinforcements. Right, well, I haven't the foggiest. I haven't the foggiest clue how to even purchase extra units in this. This is, whether it's even possible at this time. Oh well, I won't be missing out on much. With only 10 prestige anyway, I doubt I'll be missing out on much. Hang on a minute. Veteran infantry entrenched. Am I being allowed to actually... Okay, alright. So, it looks like this grey terrain is some kind of mountainous terrain. Can't actually click on the terrain at all. Or not that I can see. One for one. Okay, 2 suppression. What was 1 for 1 is now 1 for 2. So I'm going to presume that the second figure is their damage. Increase command points. CP cost of this action goes down by 1. Extra command points, I guess, means more abilities. Although much of the abilities don't seem that useful right now. Okay. This definitely feels like a game I need to study. Oh wow, I would get wrecked. But why? Okay, that unit has amazing stats. And so does that one. Do you ever get the feeling that you're supposed to have some more units? Okay. It makes me wonder how you're supposed to break through here. I don't have any artillery or anything. Order unit to attack using its artillery only. Unit takes little or no losses. Set piece attack. Order to methodically attack enemy position, reducing its entrenchment. Question is, how much entrenchment have these guys got, if any? Unit is entrenched level 1 or fortified level 2, which makes it stronger defensively. Seems like most of the special attacks are not really going to help me push in here. Can I now move these? Okay, I can fold them back. Okay, so we cleared that one unit. Took quite a bit of damage doing it. What's interesting to me is trying to work out what terrain they're in. Obviously, a game as detailed as this, the terrain is going to be important. And yet there doesn't seem to be any way to click on the terrain or examine the terrain or understand what terrain these guys are on. You know, because my first thought is that the tanks should be able to steamroll these guys if they're just on a road in the open or a railway line in the open. That is clearly not the case. And this mountainous position doesn't seem to give me enough advantage to actually hurt any of these units. Except maybe to dump artillery on this guy. I'm guessing that that's mountain terrain. So it doesn't really seem to be much that I can do. One for one, tanks for infantry. Wouldn't really want to charge into a surround, would you? Six turns does not seem like a lot of time either. Huh, and the game phases out when it's working out a turn. Okay. They didn't want to attack that. And then they just retreated. Interesting decision. Okay, you can move your HQ up as you start securing the area, I guess. Should be able to. These guys here seem to be very difficult to do any damage to. Okay, they're totally suppressed, so now they're doomed. But only if I use these guys. I mean, this is an armored car, right? 8 attack, 5 defense, 4 armor. Well, for an armored car, it's actually better than my tanks. Interesting, interesting. Okay, well, I'm obviously missing a trick here. Use a feint attack. So you can ride in and do a real one. Wonder if there's any way I can reinforce or save this tank. Hitting that guy would result in massive losses, it would seem. Out of supply in one turn. But what does that mean? Stats-wise. Don't know if I can cut in here and just cut the supplies there as well. You only have like 6 turns to actually complete the objectives. Which is not a lot of time. You're supposed to have taken this by turn 3. And this by turn 6. We're on turn 2 and I'm actually nowhere near. Is that just because I'm playing on the hardest difficulty, perhaps? I get the feeling that I probably should have been able to buy some units. Interesting. Well, my first impressions of this is that you're probably going to have to do the tutorial because it seems very complicated and not that intuitive. Surprisingly not intuitive to me, even though I've, you know, binged a million turn-based games. I mean, a click on the enemies to attack them and move stuff is pretty obvious. The supply chain seems relatively obvious. Okay. Yeah, this stuff was relatively obvious that you can build various things. The emergency supply action, yeah. Okay, that's fine. This stuff was relatively obvious. Do not move the tank. Enemy stragglers can be taken prisoner by simply rolling over them. Okay, so this tank rolls like a scout. Yeah, I mean, this stuff was relatively obvious to me that you could, you know, use these powers in this way. They take one turn to build. Ah, this seems like unit deployment. Okay, and this unit belongs to this HQ, so I need to actually bring it over here. Can't feint an attack across the river. So I'm going to presume that you want me to move across the river first. So I guess you just provided the units for each battle. You seemingly don't have a core force to take between missions. Well, the game is good looking and detailed. It definitely is not that intuitive, at least not to me. It's just interesting to me how the terrain is not, you know, obviously it has an impact, but it's not something that you can just hover over and see what it does, for example. In a way, it sort of feels like a Dennis offensive with the HQs and the way that the supply is done. Okay. That didn't really explain anything about the campaign system. Let's have another quick look at this campaign menus. Ultra intelligence, wow. Remove the fog of war during the player turn. That's amazing. So what you get in cards is random. Interesting. Cards used in game. Doesn't say whether you keep them. Oh yeah, persistent. Card stays face down in the deck after use, can be used again at the next conference. So I guess these ones are one shot. So I guess you gotta decide as to whether it's wise to, you know, buy too many cards. Yeah, I feel like this game actually needs a good... I mean, there are some tutorials there. Okay, I'm not interested in rotating the screen. Now if you can seemingly deploy or undeploy. You deploy individual units to a group. So it would seem. You must have to do something really decisive here to win this in 3 turns. Buy and deploy to unit. Okay, so it looks like units that start next to supply can receive extra units. Okay, so that's how you buy extra units. You actually assign them to units that are next to supply drums. So these units really are all the units that you're getting. Interesting. That's my ultra intelligence. Target visible enemy in a coastal hex. Oof! Wow, that hurt. Ooh, excuse me. Seems like this is one tough customer. Okay, they're set with that counterattack marker, that's probably why. It's not really obvious how... It's not really obvious to me how your how the terrain really affects the battles. It doesn't seem to particularly be a case of, you know, tank beats armored car you know, mechanized infantry beats infantry, infantry beats tank, that kind of thing, or, you know, close or not close terrain. I did a lot of damage to him, but it's not like that really helped me. No feint attack capability. There's definitely some depth here that needs exploring. Or at least I hope so. There is this you know, terrain here that you definitely can't move on to, which is definitely slowing down the proceedings here. It looks to me like you're supposed to break through here and hit these drums. And then cut in. So this army down here is really just kind of stuck. I don't know if you're supposed to trap these HQs in. Okay. I guess a normal attack is all that can actually do. Okay, so there goes the fuel depot. And apparently I cannot cut through these guys' defenses, even having just artillery bombarded them. Okay, I did quite a bit more damage than predicted there. So that's another thing to consider. HQ is in this tile. And I guess I'm not allowed to hit it. This unit also seems to have some marker on it that seems like it's either got some prisoners or something. Okay, well these guys are well and truly trapped. Well, it seems like I should probably have used that unit to do a feint instead of just attacking. It looks like units that have been damaged, they don't die as such, they run back to HQ, they run back to Mummy. Or I suppose, once there's enough of them, they can be redeployed into a fresh unit. I'm guessing that these units just have to hold the position. Fonduk Pass, take by turn 2. How the hell are you supposed to take that by turn 2? Wow, the AI just ran straight past to go after the fuel dump because it knew it could. That's interesting that the AI had the information to know that it could do that and that there wouldn't be any units there. Is there some reason why I cannot attack these HQ markers? City in ruins! Well, the old naval bombardment certainly made that easier. I've got their HQs surrounded. I can't seem to... There doesn't seem to be an option for me to just finish them. But it doesn't seem to be an option for me to just kill these HQs. Okay. There's no real way to prevent that, is there? So, can this just run... This can just run around behind my lines, destroying my supplies, with no real way for me to do anything about it. Hmm. Okay, so apparently that has unlinked all of my supply everywhere. I don't get it. Why can I not attack these HQs? I got a tank right here. It's not done anything. I managed to move this tank onto one of them and destroy it. Okay, so you can redeploy troops directly to units on the front line. Okay, cutting in. This is very messy, but then, you know. Yeah, it's really not helpful, is it? So we're up to turn 5. guess I have to move this HQ. Okay. It's not really obvious how far you can move either. Movement is 5 plus 2. With cost depending on weather, terrain, road, rail, zone of controls, HQ and stragglers. Sometimes you're able to move in a staggered way, and sometimes you're not able to move in a staggered way. So I guess the fact that this wrecked, suppressed, unsupplied unit is stood there is actually blocking all the supply from coming in. I guess that these units are so far away from the HQ now they can't really do anything. It's certainly an interesting game. I don't fully understand it. Then again, this is our first impressions, so, you know, what'd you expect? Okay, so that's the end of that. Yeah, that was not a good attack. I guess these guys are completely suppressed on the grounds that they have no HQ anymore. Oops. Okay, well, that's a whole part of the map cleared. But we were actually out of time to take the last point. We did not get the job done quickly enough. Okay, so you can just undeploy units. Even after you've attacked with them, you can just undeploy them if you want. These are the units that I undeployed, which will be available for redeployment soon. Create a new supply hub. Ah. So maybe this was my problem. It's definitely something that's gonna need to you're gonna need to really study the game to play it effectively. This is not a game I think that you can just pick up and play. Yeah, but how? So I have 2 trucks here, I guess. It's a mystery. It is is a mystery to me how you adjust the truck network. The tooltip has told me to consider using some of my trucks, but the question is, how would you do that? Trucks available too. Add trucks to supply hubs to increase their range. Okay. So this is a supply hub. But there's no obvious button that I can see add more. Oh, you scroll with the mouse wheel. You scroll it with the mouse wheel. That's how you do it. Wow, that's really not obvious. Anyway, the mission is lost because we haven't taken the last objective in time. Okay, well, I think that's a good enough first impressions to me. If you're looking for a game that you're just going to sit down and play, like Panzer Corps 2, or Panzer General, or any of the TBS that came before, this is definitely not that game. This game, I think it's going to require some actual study of its mechanics before you can just sit down and play it. Which is not necessarily a bad thing. It's just that, you know, it's your own threshold of how much effort you want to put into a game before you're able to play it properly. Yeah, you probably spend maybe 3 or 4 hours actually learning the systems before you can actually sit down and play this skillfully. I'm not saying that that's a good or a bad thing, it's just that is how it is. I would almost arguably say I had an easier time playing decisive campaigns, and that is a game that's actually supposed to be complicated, but the complexity is sort of hidden away and you can dive into it if you want. But the basics of playing the game are very easy. The basics of playing this doesn't seem to me to be that easy. There's a whole lot of information going on. So that's going to require, you know, a fair amount of thinking around the problem. And I can understand why those trucks cards were considered to be such, you know, why you were offered them all the time at the start of a campaign. You actually scroll the mouse wheel to increase the supply in a depot, and the area that it serves grows almost seemingly exponentially the more trucks you add. So I guess the thought there is that you want to set up a supply hub as soon as possible and expand it wherever you happen to be operating. Yeah, that's it. That's it for now. That's it for first impressions. I hope you guys enjoyed it, and I will see you guys next time.